I bet you didn't know this, but you have questioned this to yourself a lot of times. Why have women faced injustice in every tradition, every religion, every culture, almost at every point of time in every corner of the world? And no one has the answer to it. Or maybe we do, it's just not in the front as much as the question is. So I will tell you, but before telling you all when it all began, we need to go back into the right book where we need to look in. Because we have been looking the answers in the religion and traditions book, whereas we needed to see it from the perspective of history. Long back when men were supposed to go out and bring a prey home, women were supposed to cook that prey. It was believed so, until very recently we realized through the archaeological evidences that 30 to 40% of these hunting groups were constituted of women. But this message was not passed down. Now when the hunting life got ended and we decided that nomadic life is not really something that is suiting us, we should settle down with agricultural lands. And for getting agricultural lands, men went on war for other villages, other clans, other kingdoms. Since men were the main ones who went on war, women were not consulted how the war should be won or any other kind of kingdom rules. This is where the first stage of the status being stripped off took place. No political involvement. Since men went to war, they did not only bring back agricultural lands or property, they also brought women of the other kingdoms, of the other villages. Now, since men wanted women of the other villages, there's no way they would have asked them a yes or no question. So that is where the consent was stripped off. And since their women would have objected, no one asked them. This is where the second stage of their authority, of their willingness was stripped off. The third stage, I believe, is the most important thing. When the question of property came in, women were not in business, not in trade, not in wars. They had to rely on men bringing back food, shelter, and property. So this is where they become very submissive to the mankind. Also, when the offspring came, it was asked who will inherit whose property, since the women did not own any property, they did not have any property. So ultimately, the father became the head of the family. The father was given the most highest status of making a kingdom, of making your family big. This is where this third state of women, of stripping them of their entitlements and financial independence and their status in the whole society and family system, was stripped off. And this thing has been continuing till this day. Now comes the fourth part. When the traditions and religion books were written